everybody. I'm Bryan. This is Josh. Welcome to Reality 17.
Where it's just you, me, and you and Bryan going over just taking a break from the rest of the world.
So special little thing for today. We've got Instagram Live here as well.
Yeah, I messed up that intro twice already, so that's great.
That's all right.
Austin said y'all look tolerable.
Oh,
I'll take it.
we'll take it.
We'll take it.
Okay, so
Well, actually, no, I won't take it. I'm the handsomest man here.
no, Jesus, I'm beating you in the beard game at least.
Beard game. Mine's cleaner.
Mine's Wolverine-ier.
Why would I want that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that either. Anyway, so what's going on with you, buddy? We haven't seen each other in a bit.
Yeah. So life's been all right. It's been going along.
Yeah.
Been playing a lot of video games lately, honestly.
Oh boy, yeah, no, I've been kind of getting back into them too. I downloaded the Delta app, and now I'm just downloading every single old game in existence because that's what I am, an ancient old. fart.
See, he already has them downloaded to one of his old consoles that we have in the living room, and now he's got them downloaded to his phone.
So now
he can play them both at once.
Yeah, so I can just play both of them at the same time. I even have the remake versions on the Game Boy Advance because I just want to test which ones work better. So,
We've also got a projector system in there now.
Oh yeah, we played Tetris and Dr. Mario.
Yeah, we played Tetris and Dr. Mario. It was a lot of fun.
I loved how Ty was shit talking me for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Have you beaten Simon's Quest yet?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I've beaten that 3 times. Yeah, it's great.
He's obsessed with it.
I'm actually 3.5 way through it because before the podcast I was playing it.
Oh man,
yeah.
I remember one night we were in my dorm because I'm out of college now. Sophomore year is donezo.
Yeah, that's good.
We beat both Castlevania 1 and 2 in one sitting.
We wanted to do Castlevania 3, but we didn't have enough time. It was like about 2:30 when we played Castlevania 3. I started it.
And at that point, it was bedtime.
Oh, I know. We'll get around to it at some point.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to Castlevania 3 and 4 because I can beat 4 within an hour.
But, yeah, obviously I know.
Yeah,
You're obsessed with them.
Well,
this guy could probably make it pretty high in the speedrun rankings.
Probably.
Like, he knows the text.
Like, the first one, I could probably make it. I could probably make it in 20 minutes. I know the record time, like, in terms 11 minutes without, like, the map glitch in the first one. So, all I have to do, I could probably make it through. I'll do a holy water run one day and see and time myself.
But speaking of projectors, Malta Drive-In's open.
Oh, yeah. So, Ty's never been, so we got to go sometime soon.
I love the drive-in.
Yeah, no, we got to open up the van on the back before we sell it, and then we're just gonna have a nice big night there.
Dude, so my favorite experience at the drive-in was when I had my convertible.
Right.
And we put the top down. Oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful night. It was incredible. But when I was a kid, I remember going to the drive-in. We'd get there so early, like before it even got dark. Right. And then I'd run around and find other kids to play with. And the amount of pickup football games we played.
It's so fun.
In the drive-in.
Yeah.
So for context, I grew up 5 minutes from the drive-in. I could literally walk there.
Right.
So I just have so many great memories of it. That's where I saw the Percy Jackson movies.
Oh, yeah. Man, those movies were like the first one I really liked.
I liked the movies. This is me and my partner talk about this a lot.
Right.
Because Alex is a huge Percy Jackson fan, but of the books, hates the movies. And I think as their own entity, the movies are great.
Right.
When you compare them to what Percy Jackson is, I've never read Percy Jackson, so I don't know. But apparently, they're bad.
I'm the same way with there's quite a few examples to that. I read Jaws and the movie, and I've watched the movies, but like they're very different. Jaws is more about like the mafia and tourist towns, the book, and then the movie it's more about paranoia. But they touch upon it briefly in the movie, but it's like enhanced tenfold. You're actually rooting for the shark in the book. Like, because every person in the book is just a scum of the earth, like just a scumbag.
I've never touched Jaws ever in my life.
And then there's Jurassic Park, which I
love the Jurassic Park movies.
The movies are great, but once I read the first book, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be hard because like the book because I watched the movies over like on repeat.
Yeah.
But when I read the book, I was like, this is mind blowing. This book's amazing.
Well, I sit here and I didn't even know that Jaws and Jurassic Park had books until now.
Yeah, they actually, Jurassic Park wasn't originally a movie idea by Steven Spielberg. So when the book was picked up, Spielberg wanted to make a ride out of it first.
Oh.
So he wanted to do that at Universal, but they ended up making the movie, which then
had the ride's in Universal.
The ride's in Universal now, and it got just redid in Hollywood for Jurassic World, which I hear is a fantastic ride.
I'd love to do it.
I'd love to do it too. I'm not a big fan of the new Jurassic World series, but I would
really? I like it.
Well, the first one was definitely a nostalgia trip.
Well, Chris Pratt's one of my favorite actors.
Chris Pratt's really nice. I know a lot of people criticize that Mario movie recently.
Dude, recently?
Yeah.
It's not recent anymore.
Wait, but that was last year, so I guess
that's not recent in movie times.
I guess so. You're right, but
I liked it. I had fun.
Garfield's about to come out.
What?
Garfield's about to come out.
Oh yeah,
Spielberg movies are very much their own entities, not to be compared to the books that the movies are based on.
Who's that from?
Austin.
You know what? I think that's the thing. A
Yeah.
lot of people sit there and they compare the books and movies.
Yeah, you can't really compare them.
He's got a fantastic point.
Yeah. No, like Spielberg's movies are fantastic. Like usually a lot of his work is like he takes it to his own. Like Schindler's List was Schindler's Ark. Yeah, that was a heartbreaking movie.
Schindler's List. This is just the first time I watched that was in 8th grade, and I watched it over a period of like 4 lunches with my history teacher.
Right.
Where we came in during lunch away from the cafeteria.
Right.
And sat in the history classroom and watched Schindler's List.
That's a heartbreaking movie.
We also watched Saving Private Ryan.
That's another good
year.
one. I really like that one. That's a good one.
Long movie,
That opening is just one of the most iconic movie openings of all time. Like, it's just shocking.
Yeah.
For that time period, still Shakespeare in Love won the Oscar over Saving Private Ryan. Got snubbed. But then again, I don't question it since, a movie about making love to a fish won an Oscar for Best Picture. Shape of Water.
No, I don't.
No,
that
you
shocks
don't.
me.
It's an interesting movie. It's Guillermo del Toro.
Oh.
It's like a Creature from the Black Lagoon remake if it were a romance. Yeah. No, don't do that to me. Don't do that. Don't do that to me, please. So,
oh man.
you're enjoying this.
But
Oh man.
God,
it's so hot today.
but it's been really nice this week.
Yeah, it was really nice this week, but then all of a sudden it just got really freaking hot. Like I'm noticing like the beads of sweat coming off of us.
Right? I mean, it doesn't help that
Like,
your
there's
house
no
doesn't
warning.
have air conditioning. And we turn all the electronics off.
It at least has heat.
Because heat does us so much good, Josh.
In the winter it does. In the winter, it's
Fair enough.
it can be a nightmare. Summertime, you just open a window, but like, I don't know how I managed to survive
I have
this.
a nice house that has central air. And
this one comes at $1,000, so I don't think this is not like
No.
I'm not gonna get air conditioning with this. So
you gotta get some wall conditioners.
Yeah, what?
I've always thought of Shape of Water as a Shrek live-action romantic remake.
Yo, that's crazy. And who is that from?
You know who it's from.
From Austin.
At this point,
we've got one person watching. It's okay. We love you.
We love you,
now
man.
it's not Instagram Live. It's you, us, and Austin.
Just yeah. He's decided to venture into reality 17 now. That's good. What else have we got going on here?
My uncle just got another play published.
Yeah, that's right. We were talking about that.
Yeah, so my uncle...
City Noir.
No. He's had that published for a while.
Oh, yeah.
No, this one's called Bernice.
Bernice.
It's based off of a Stephen King short story.
That's funny because Bernice is also an Edgar Allan Poe short story. So I didn't know. Well, that
Wait,
makes
no,
sense.
it's not Stephen King.
It's Poe.
It's Poe. I'm dumb.
Because I was like,
I'm tired. I slept like 2 hours last night.
Bernice. That's a good one.
I'm hot. They abducted me from my home. They just showed up. I get my haircut done, and I get a missed call. I'm like, oh. It's like, can we come get you? It's like, sure. I come in. I'm starting to make my dinner, and they just come in the house.
Yeah, alien abduction. You know how it is.
Yeah, but it's
inspection.
Yes. So he wrote it. Now it's all coming back to me. He wrote for this little festival It was called A Night of Poe, and he wrote 3 separate one acts to be performed in that theater.
Okay.
And they're all based off of Poe stories, but he just got this one officially published as its own thing.
Okay.
And so
Bernice is its own thing. What were the other 2?
One of them was the Telltale Heart. It was based off of.
Telltale Heart. You know, that's another great example of movies that were like stories turned into movies that are completely unrelated to the story, but it's like its own entity.
Yeah.
If you look at what was it, The Raven? The Raven was like a poem, and then they made it into like an old-fashioned movie back in the 30s with Bela Lugosi, which was about this surgeon who was obsessed with Poe, and he would quote him as he's like killing his victims. And it's pretty cool. I like that.
So I don't venture much into the horror genre.
I know
that's more your thing.
But then again, there's me creeping up in the shadows behind you. I am your horror movie.
Then you can take about 5 feet and go that way.
Don't worry. Do you want to hear a violin outside your window at night?
No, God no.
Yeah, I'll get tied to.
Say bye to Austin.
Austin's
bye, Austin.
Leaving. Bye, Austin. We got nobody in the chat left.
It's okay. It's okay. We're still filming. So.
Yeah, we'll get there.
No, so this guy. Have we told this story on here before?
Have we told the story of Violinist? I think we did. I think we actually touched upon it, didn't we?
Okay.
Yeah, because you tried to sleep, and we talked about Violinist.
We talked about it, and he plays like
Titanic
creepy violin music to go to sleep.
Yeah,
I can't
Titanic
stand
style.
it.
I love it.
I absolutely cannot stand
I actually recently I just speaking of which, I always I'm obsessed with the Titanic. Like that's one of my hobbies.
No.
Like just
really.
I love old shipwreck stories. Like there's something weird and fascinating about them. Ghost ships too. I know it's weird, but
ghost ships are cool.
Ghost ships are cool. Like the Mary Celeste. Like I listened to a whole documentary about it. Like how the ship was like just bad luck all throughout its life, and then like its crew just suddenly disappeared. But the boat was in perfect condition. Some stories tell you like the food was still hot and like they were still but like that's not the story. But the story is they never found the bodies of anybody. But the boat was still in working condition and it was put together, and some people think it was a scam, some people don't. It's still a mystery, but it ranges all the way from like storm to sea monsters. Like it's weird.
Is it just possible that they got the ship like ready to go and then it just
some say
left port?
They thought it was
happen ghost ships a lot.
Well, yeah. What happened was apparently what happened to the Celeste was they thought. The crew had thought it was still taking, because it did, like, have some water. Like, it was taking water in because of a storm, I think, and they thought they were sinking rapidly. So a lot of people say they left in a hurry, and they, took on the lifeboats, and they left. But there was no sign of them at all, and they were never found at sea, and that's quite often what happens. But
yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
It remains a mystery still. Like they don't really know what happened.
No
but I found like other like shipwreck stories that were like I've never even known about, like the SS Atlantic. So the government apparently was like all about that ships, like mail ships, should like maintain a certain like amount of knots and speed. But that comes at a cost because you can't really slow down in like in weather.
Yeah.
And like it was like something that they wanted them to do to save time and money. And the SS Atlantic is one of those examples where it was like everybody did not follow the orders. The captain tried his best to keep everyone wrangled up. Then like the crew members abandoned ship. The people were left on board. The captain was mutinied. And then like people were getting drunk, killing and raping women, and it was like as the boat was going down, it was awful. That's a scary story.
On another note, I've been spending a lot of time with my brother lately.
I'm sorry. Like I was listening to this stuff, like it's one of those stories that was, but wait, it gets worse.
But wait, there's more!
If you call now, you'll get one free lost ship. I'm telling you right now, that was a horrible story to listen to.
Well, we're done listening to it.
Okay, I'm happy.
So, yeah, my brother, I've been spending a lot of time together lately.
Yeah.
So, I really appreciate it. We haven't always had the best relationship.
No, of course not.
But, he added me on Xbox.
So what are you guys doing now? What are you playing?
Minecraft. He loves Minecraft.
Yeah, you only have the older brother, right?
Yeah. All my siblings are older. I have one brother, 2 sisters.
One brother, 2 sisters. Yeah, Minecraft's so much fun. I like Minecraft. Though I was more like, when it came to sandbox games, it was between Little Big Planet and Roller Coaster Tycoon. I do love my Roller Coaster Tycoon. Isn't there like a new one called Planet Coaster now?
Yeah, Planet Coaster. I've watched a bunch of videos on it.
Yeah, I like Planet Coaster, but like those sandbox games where you're like building stuff. The original SimCity. I like that.
I never played it. You know what my first Sims game was?
What was it?
You ready for this?
What?
Sims Mobile.
My God, I remember the Sims Mobile.
Right?
Yeah, I had my first experience was The Sims 2 on PC. My dad had it, and I remember booting it up. Like, there was like 7 different discs for one game on PC. I remember that. Like, I was talking to one of my new coworkers the other night about like old games and like how they were like boxed and how different they were. Like freaking
Here we go again.
What?
You.
About what?
Old games. Back in my day, games were so much better. You're not even back in your day.
Well, no, I'm telling you.
Games were so much better.
I never said games were better. I said they were really good, and they should live up to those ages. Some games are timeless.
We've had this conversation.
Yes,
in the
we
car
have,
about
and
movies.
I've won that conversation because
did not win that conversation.
I did win that conversation.
You didn't.
I said Casablanca. And I got you.
Casablanca started off as a play.
Yes, but
plays are timeless.
No.
Movies are not. Because plays can be done over and over in different ways.
Same with movies.
Yes, but you're not going to put up... Yeah, you could do that. Movies, you can make a new movie. But the old movie is not timeless. The script for that movie is timeless.
Has Casablanca ever been remade?
Has it?
Never. It is still to this day, and it has never been a play ever since its release. It's timeless.
But if
everybody, and Casablanca.
If you put Casablanca up to a modern style,
yes,
modern lens,
yes,
our day,
yes,
I love that movie. Don't get me wrong, I love that movie with all my heart. It does not meet today's standards.
It's a different movie for a different time, and you have to also understand where it comes from.
Which then means it does not stand the test of time.
Same with Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet has been redone. Romeo and Juliet is redone all the time.
But every time I've seen it, it's just like...
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, boy. Let's not talk about him. Come on. His new girlfriend's younger than you.
Jeez.
Quiet. No, I don't want to... No.
Okay, but no. I didn't personally like his version of Romeo and Juliet. However, they did modernize it.
They did the same with Macbeth. And I did like... What?
You said the word.
Yeah, but we're not in a theater.
No,
We're not in a theater.
You don't say it.
Scottish play.
Thank you.
Okay, so the Scottish play, they've redone that a couple times. I went to go see it. They did one with Daniel Craig, which was really good. I like the...
So I've actually never seen the Scottish play, funnily enough.
I love the Scottish play.
I'm much more of a theater actor than a film actor.
I love...
and I fall into that...
but you do realize that plays are movies, and movies are plays. Like, there are versions of them. I'm telling you, Casablanca's never been remade, and I'm sorry. I gotta disagree with you. It's never been
remade.
No, I gotta disagree with you. I gotta disagree with you. Some movies are timeless, and yes, plays, and some plays aren't timeless.
That's very true. I mean, look at Urinetown.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was in that.
Oof.
Got canceled, but...
So I heard.
Oh my god, wait. Okay. So speaking of things that got canceled, this is a funny story. So I do some voice acting.
Right.
On the side. Right? Some different projects. I enjoy it.
Right.
But I remember I was auditioning for this project. It didn't happen. Maybe in the future. Probably not. It was a lot of fun. I loved the idea, loved the writing. We just couldn't get it all together. But there was the 2 roles I auditioned for. One was an American character. The other was an Australian character.
Here we go.
Oh my god. So I come up on this role, right? And for the Australian character, there's 2 candidates left that he brought to callbacks. Me and this guy from Australia.
Oh god.
Right? So I'm like, I have no chance at this. Now, funnily enough, we were also the only 2 called back for the American one.
Right.
So I knew I was getting a role. Right?
Yeah.
I liked the Australian role more.
Right.
It's funnier. More my style. And so the cast list comes out. And I got the Australian role.
No.
And the Australian got the American role.
No way.
And it was so funny. My accent's so bad, too.
How do you do it? I want to hear it.
Good day, mate.
Oh, no.
It's a heat out here, isn't it?
That
was British. That was bad. I went off track.
This is a knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
When's
It's such a bad accent.
When's the last time you seen one of those movies?
Crocodile Dundee.
No.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks
Now
ago, I watched the first
that's
one.
Now that's a timeless movie. You cannot. I want you to say that Crocodile Dundee is not timeless.
It's a great comedy.
I got him.
It's a great comedy.
You gonna hear.
However, a lot of those jokes.
Oh yeah, they probably
are not okay.
The second one with the guy trying to jump from the building.
I mean, I'll put it today. We'll go to WWE wrestling.
Yeah.
I love wrestling. Huge wrestling fan. There's a lot of things that happened in the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
That people watching today are surprised was allowed.
I know. There's some things that make you go, "Whoa, that did not fly by."
Okay.
That did not fly by.
It was, but we still look at them and it worked. It was so funny.
Yeah.
But Crocodile Dundee, it's hilarious.
Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
That is my favorite movie.
That is a classic.
It is a total classic. I love Jim Carrey.
We gotta watch it. She's never seen it before.
You've never seen Ace Ventura? Alex has never seen Ace Ventura either.
Okay, we gotta do a movie now. Do you have it on DVD?
I have it. I own both of them.
We're gonna go and have a projector night on the porch, tiki night. We're gonna watch the first 2 Ace Venturas.
They're great.
By the way, have you seen The Goonies?
You asked me that earlier.
I had to do it. I had to do it for the podcast.
That is the 6th time he's asked me that question this past week.
Are you sure you haven't seen The Goonies?
No, I have seen The Goonies.
Oh, you want to know a movie that I rewatched recently that I looked and I was like, "Ooh, man, this does not really fly by today's standards." Not a bad movie, but
What?
you gotta take it with a grain of salt. Temple of Doom.
Indiana Jones?
Yeah, well, the second one where he's in India with the Indian culture, and you're like, "Oh,
That couldn't be done today.
Yeah, that couldn't be done today." I mean, great action flick. A lot darker than the original. I do think it's kind of a slept-on movie.
That's the one where the guy takes the girl's heart out, right?
Yeah, that's
when I first saw that, I was
terrified. Right? That traumatized me. I was
Jinx.
like, "Wait, do we have a Coca-Cola for Bryan?"
I do need a Coca-Cola.
We should have asked for it on the way.
I know. Well, I didn't know I was going to jinx you.
You always should know I'm gonna jinx you because we pretty much think
We
on a very similar level.
Yeah. That's why you have me fix a lot of your comedy stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I was telling you about we're starting Instagram short stories now.
Are we?
Yeah, so I'm actually doing a Cody Blue short story based on, get this, I got into something very interesting recently. Blue holes. Hear me out. So
Pause.
yes.
Hey, yo, blue holes.
Yes. Hear me out. These are really interesting.
Whenever someone says, hear me out, it's either the most mild, mundane thing ever, or it is the wildest shit, and I'm not sure I want to be a part of it.
So, it's like...
Which one is it, Josh?
It's probably wild as shit. Like, this is so this gives you thalassophobia. Like, so these places are, like, carved out by, like, they're like craters, they're like underwater caves. And these things don't have a current. So they like pull you down, and they're hot spots for divers, but they're diving graveyards. Now, the Bahamas has all these stories. Like in Caribbean folklore, one of these creatures was known as the Lusca. Like if you ever went swimming in one of these blue holes, it would reach up with its like tentacles and grab you. And the story is that it's just a giant sharktopus. You ever seen that movie? Yeah, I haven't seen Sharktopus. Okay, so there's
I don't go into water I can't see through.
No, this is like creepy. Like, but you can like see the water at first, but then this just goes down. It goes darker and darker, and it's usually because like it's like built in such a way where.
And if it's not a pool, I will not go into water over my head.
No, it's it's creepy. Like I'm telling you right now, like I've had nightmares about this, and they actually caught one guy on camera get sucked down and trapped in Africa. And like it was somewhere in Africa, one of the more popular blue holes, I think. And it was like you watch him struggle, and it was pretty screwed up. But it's like one of those things where it's like you got to be real careful. It's like Red Dive.
Why did this episode get so dark?
I don't know. I've been getting into a lot of dark things recently, but
well, we've been there before.
But the whole thing is like, Ty's like, what are we doing right now? But no, the short stories that we're planning to, it's a little more comedic. So
yes, Blue Death Holes and comedic.
It's so Captain Morgan. Do you know the rum?
Yes, I know.
Real pirate.
Yep.
Morgan actually hid treasure somewhere nearby these blue holes, and it makes you go, wait, what if he hid it like right next to the Sharktopus? And Cody's just like hanging over the boat going, nope, I don't want to go down there. And then his buddy Jacques comes up and he's like, no, you're going down there because you told me there was no monster down there, so we'll be out of a job. So you're going down there. No, I don't want to. This is your fault. You argued your way into this, and you're going to get screwed over.
You know what? I really like how Cody Blue feels written after me, because at this point he is.
Yeah, because you're like, because if you were ever in that situation, you'd be like, nope. Like, you would talk a big game, and then you'd be like, no, wait.
I typically don't talk shit I can't follow through. But there's been so many times where I've argued myself so far to make a point that I get myself into so many situations that I don't want to be.
That's because I love how this character is just like somebody who we can like, somebody I could just like write off after you.
I could just relate to the character when I first learned of him. As soon as that, like we got through all that, at that point he just started writing me.
Yeah, like, just writing you in the most weirdest situations. I've seen him
just stare at me for like solid like gaps of like 5 to 10 seconds at me like doing some random shit, and he just is like, mm-hmm.
I hear a movie going.
Well, shit.
What are they watching?
That is the well shit. I love when like shows and games use that line.
What?
Well, shit.
Oh, he does. He says that in the story.
That's my favorite thing. Okay.
No. He actually says, "Well, I'm shitting me trousers."
Okay, that's just. I think we need to talk about how to write comedy, Josh.
No, because he goes, Captain Morgan, I'm shitting me trousers.
I think we need to have a conversation and a writing workshop about how to be funny and.
You're actually coming to the workshop then?
I can.
So
I'm not a writer, but I can.
Hopefully in a couple weeks we'll try and get a writer's workshop going at Mocha Lisa's. Whether or not they will make it a public event, that's still yet to be seen, but we'll definitely try and do something where we can, have a day before between 2 or 3 o'clock where we'll just, sit and write. And I think that'd be fun.
I'm not a writer. I gotta preface that. I am not a writer.
But you're a great actor.
I wouldn't go that far. I can act.
You can act.
And I can be funny. I have a capacity to be funny.
What are they watching? I'm trying to
Sounds like an orchestra.
Sounds like the Lion King Stampede. But
Oh my god, speaking of Lion King, I did that in high school.
I know you were telling me about that. You were Pumbaa.
I was Pumbaa.
Hakuna Matata! What a wonderful phrase!
So this is this where I ask, were you typecasted?
I should tell this story. Okay. So I worked with this group, Barker Youth Theater. I love them, all my heart. One director, my mentor, Mike Gatzendorfer. Incredible guy. Still doing theater in the area. I love him. I just worked with him over the summer. Well, I guess it is summer now. So last summer, I co-directed something with him. Well, assistant directed something with him. But anyway, COVID just happened. It's the first time we're all back in that theater since COVID. And I walk into the audition room. I'm auditioning for Scar. Not because I think I'd be a good Scar. I knew in my heart I'd be a really good Pumbaa. But I just I'm just going to audition for Scar because why not?
Yeah.
But I walk in, and the first thing he says to me is, "You're auditioning for Pumbaa, right?"
Oh my god.
Right? And so I'm like, "No, I'm auditioning for Scar." And so I do my audition, and he goes, "Well, here, how about you read for Pumbaa? And sing Hakuna Matata." Right?
I can see Ty right now, just cupping her mouth.
And
too.
so
I'm
I did it.
No!
I did it, and then they gave me the spiel. Now, I was kind of cocky coming at that point, because I was like, I'm getting pretty good at this, I know this. It's the first time I fully dyed the top of my head.
Blonde?
Blonde.
Oh, wow.
And he gives me the spiel about callbacks. Like, if you don't get one, doesn't mean you're going to get a part. And I look at him and I go, Mike, we both know I'm getting a callback. You can save the spiel. And then I walked out. Next day I get the email, I got a callback.
Nice going, dude. You
Okay.
cocky bastard.
Okay, but I get the callback. And I'm sitting there, and I wanted Scar bad. I don't know why. At this point, I was like, in my career now, I'm like, Pumbaa was so much more fun.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm almost trying to sabotage all the Pumbaa stuff so they don't consider me for Pumbaa. Next day, cast list comes out.
You're
Pumbaa.
on the cat.
I'm Pumbaa.
Loser.
This costume was bigger than this table.
Yeah, I saw that. No, I saw his photo. It's
Right?
crazy.
It's me. Giant head. The head's about the length of this table.
Right.
And then on the back, because it's like a harness,
Yeah.
on the back is a back tail
Was that
a
heavy?
little bit bigger than this Folgers cup.
Was that heavy at all by any chance?
No, it was foam.
Oh, speaking of the Folgers, we finally got a comedically large Folgers coffee can, which did work in the end.
But we do that, and I'm on stage during a performance, and I'm getting chased by Nala, because you know that scene where
Yeah.
people are trying to get chased by Nala, and we're running around the bush on
Oh
stage.
yeah, no, I do know this story. Continue.
And the back leg of the costume comes off while I'm running.
During the show.
And so I just have to be like, while I'm waiting, I look at my guy, the guy playing Timon. I'm just like, go over to the leg. And he's like, he just goes. So I in this giant Pumbaa costume, I do this little tiptoe, you see it on the stealth games,
Yeah.
the comedic tiptoe. I go and I grab the leg and I just throw it at my stage manager. But I took too long because I had a line as soon as I did that.
My lord.
And then we had this one improv bit. So we did a quick change on stage
Yeah.
for Luau Hawaiian Treat where Timon wears the grass skirt.
Yeah.
Right? So for that, we had about, I guess he timed out about a minute.
Yeah.
But we didn't have anything, no music, because it was a track. No music, no lines, it's just put it on him on stage. And so the giant costume had an opening for the mouth. There was an actual opening. And we'd preset the grass skirt in the mouth.
Really?
And then I'd turn my back to the audience, and he would reach into the Pumbaa costume to pull out the grass skirt and put it on. And the whole time, Mike said, we can't just have silence on stage while this is happening. Bryan, improv. And so the first thing I thought of when we did it the first time, I go, oh, you're gonna look so good, Timon! With the mic and everything. And every night, I would just improv for about 40 seconds until he got it on. And then we'd start Luau Hawaiian Treat.
No.
Every night it was something different.
What was your favorite that you did?
Oh, Timon, you look so pretty. We're gonna trick those wolves real good. And then you go, Pumbaa, they're not wolves. They're hyenas. And that was probably my favorite interaction.
I love that. Was the costume any heavy at all?
No, actually. So the front was made, it was a little lopsided. Because the front was made of foam. Honestly, the back was heavier than the front.
Right.
Because the back was like plastic and metal.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and the legs actually moved individually on individual axes.
Mm.
So like they were flopping back and forth whenever I walked.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah.
I never really got into... Oh, me. Sorry.
Yeah. So my favorite thing I've ever done in my theatrical career is probably in Lion King. And it's a transition from the Pumbaa voice into my singing voice.
Oh, I love that. Is that your favorite role that you've done?
Yeah. 100%. Pumbaa's my favorite role.
Your favorite role outside of Cody Blue, which is just you.
I got it really quick. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata.
Ain't no passing craze. I love that. That was the favorite thing I was allowed to do.
Oh my god. Now I just had a flashback of watching Lion King on VHS.
Lion King's probably my favorite Disney musical.
Princess and the Frog.
Princess and the Frog's yours?
Yeah. Still to this day. I love the voodoo by and also
Probably the best villain. One of, if
Keith
not the
David
best.
voiced him. Spawn. Like, that's awesome.
I loved it. Keith David's one of my favorite voice actors. You know, he does Husk in the Has Been Hotel.
I love that. No, I love every voice acting. He also
that has so many amazing actors.
Oh yeah, no, it is. And the guy from Beetlejuice was in Hell
Alex
of a
Brightman.
Boss.
Well, Alex Brightman is also in Has Been Hotel.
Yeah, he's in both.
Alex Brightman is who I aspire to be on Broadway.
He's great. He's coming to I think he's coming to Proctor's soon because Beetlejuice is coming to Proctor's.
He's not doing Beetlejuice anymore.
Oh no, he's not doing Beetlejuice anymore. But somebody's coming to Proctor's.
I think Beetlejuice is coming to Proctor's. Proctor's isn't connected.
I know.
It's a big thing. But
Are you gonna go see it? Well, it's not Alex Brightman. I saw him in one of his last shows actually. Now that I remember, because it was a couple of years ago now. I went in December of 2022. I'd seen him, and I got to.
He is by far my favorite stage actor.
He's really good.
Close second's Christian Borle.
Yeah.
And close third's Jeremy Jordan. Speaking of Jeremy Jordan, he's in The Great Gatsby on Broadway.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
saw that they announced The Great Gatsby Broadway.
Alex, so my partner Alex, went last week.
Yeah.
And said it was amazing.
What are your thoughts on the Back to the Future musical by any chance? Because
it certainly exists.
Well, I don't want it to.
In the same way that the Rocky musical exists.
Oh no.
There's only one impressive thing to come out of the Rocky musical.
What is that?
The fact that on stage during the actual fight, somehow, some way, they did combat makeup in the middle of the show.
That's awesome. But I can't. I can't get behind the Back to the Future movie. Back to the Future musical.
There's a lot of really bad musicals that made it to Broadway. But there's actually a whole musical about this called The Producers.
Yeah.
Where if you put a show on Broadway and it flops, it does horrible. There's insurance that you get money back.
Yeah.
And so The Producers play is about two directors that are coming together to make a musical so bad that everyone's going to hate.
The Producers.
Didn't
they make a movie about this?
Yes. But they end up people, it's a whole musical about Adolf Hitler that they make. And the marquee song or the name of the show is called Springtime for Hitler. And they're no one's going to like this, it's going to flop. But everyone took it as a political message, and it was in the show,
success.
It was a huge success.
I love that.
I want to be in The Producers so bad.
No, that would be a good one.
Producers of the Dream Show.
What is one musical, one movie musical that shouldn't be made, but they might do it anyway?
A movie musical that shouldn't be made.
Yeah, you could all of them in the end of the day. But if there's one that you could really think of,
one movie that should never be made into a musical.
Yes.
Oh man, The Godfather.
Oh my god.
The day they make The Godfather musical.
They massacred my boy.
I mean, if the singing's like that, maybe I wouldn't mind it. That was actually really good.
Thank you.
Get
Seth MacFarlane. And now
the end is near.
Okay, before we conclude this, I gotta ask you. My Way, Frank Sinatra's or Elvis Presley's?
Oh.
Yeah.
I say Frank Sinatra,
Yeah.
not because he wrote it,
No.
but whenever you look it up, it says made popular by.
Yeah.
And that is who I tend to associate a song with.
I know, but I will say, like, if you take it into context, like, I feel like Elvis's My Way is a lot more tragic if you listen to it. Because it's like, man did not do it his way.
No.
Man got screwed over hard.
So, fun fact, I'm really happy you brought up My Way. Because My Way is the first solo song I ever performed.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So, Launching Pad was the middle school show. Not show, it's the name of the middle school
Mine was
drama.
The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Oh, man. But they did Shrek the Musical.
No.
And it was great.
I love that.
That was my first ever musical.
Let me guess. Oh wait, that's right. You were the.
I was Papa Shrek and Papa Bear.
Yeah.
But it was great. Well, I had fun.
You had
My first ever show. It got me into acting. But they had this little thing where it was a blast off where they had a little thing. They rented out the factory, like reserved a place upstairs, and we had this little performance at dinner for all the 8th graders going into the high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I performed My Way. But at that point, I wasn't good at memorizing songs or lyrics, and I'd get lost.
Mm-hmm.
So my backing track was a saxophone cover of it. So all the lyrics were just changed with the saxophone.
Wow.
When he would say something. So that's how I knew if I got off track,
Yeah.
I needed to sing with the saxophone.
Oh my God.
Now I don't need that. I'm a much better musical memorizer.
You're doing fine. It was your first musical anyway. My first musical was a 4th grade musical called The Granny Awards. And it was about fairy tales. And I was Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk. And I still remember the song, and my mom made me wear this stupid little German hat. And cut up this green shirt, and it was...
Are you Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk, or are you Peter Pan? Pick one.
I don't know. Because all I know is that I got up on stage. It was like 5th grade. And I go, I'm gonna climb that vine. Higher than high. I'm gonna find my name and fortune if my name ain't Jack. What did he say? Gonna find my name and fortune. In this big stupid German hat. And I'm like... In my mind, 5th grade me, this was the day of self-realization of, kill me now, please.
Oh my God.
I will never forget that.
Oh man.
That was, they have it on camera somewhere. That was during the time when they had camcorders.
I've got to show you a video. I just finished out my school year.
Yeah.
We had Showcase Day, which was April 30th.
Yeah.
And it's where there's no classes. Last day of class was the 29th.
Yeah.
And April 30th, everybody, all the departments put on their own little showcase.
Yeah.
And I had a monologue I sang, but I also was in a bunch of songs for my musical theater workshop. I've got a video to show you of my solo in the first song.
All right. Well, we'll have to do that next time.
That'll be
Because
next
we
time.
got to wrap
We
up.
are done. That is our time, everybody.
But unfortunately, yeah, this episode is just a little too dark for
me.
For you. Today is episode 4, just a tiny bit dark. A little bit dark.
I don't need any more dark. That's what's going on in my life.
Yeah, I'll make sure to get that violin playing outside your window.
You ever do that, and I swear.
Patrick, I swear to God.
Anyways, I'm Brian. This is Josh. We're signing off.
We'll see you next time when you stop by Reality 17.